Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here with another video, a review of The Last Thing You Surrender by Leonard Pitts Jr. The Last Thing You Surrender was the book that I chose for the hashtag Read So Lit read along in February. I chose this book because I had come across it last year, and I know that this author wrote another book called Freeman, which I heard a couple people say that they really liked. So I thought, well, 2019, new book from this particular author. It deals with World War II from a Black experience. So I thought, and also he's a male author because we don't do very many male authors. So I thought, let's try this one. And that's how I chose The Last Thing You Surrender. This turned out to be the most fantastic read. It blew me away. So much so that I was tweeting as I was reading the book to the author and the publisher. And amazing. So if you want to go back and look at the tweets, they're really funny. Me tweeting my reaction and then the author tweeting, his response. It was a lot of fun. But let's just get back to the review of this book. This is a story that has three main characters. You have the respective of George. He is a young white man who has enlisted in the Navy. And you also have Luther, who is a young black man who has a staunch hatred for white people, and he has good reason for it. And we have his sister Thelma. And these three characters will move you through the story, and it will instruct you, and it will make you think about a lot of things that are seriously wrong with the U.S. that we have not actually fixed, and they don't seem like they're ever gonna be fixed. But this particular story really treats race, the military. It also talks about our love for our country and what does it mean to fight for your country in a war. It also talks about who's considered to be white in America. What is it to be black in America? It just covers so many bases that it is impossible for you to read this book and not enjoy it. The writing is stellar. It's stellar because Pitts knows how to make you see something that he wants you to see, and he knows how to develop those characters through this story while instructing you on some events from our past that need to be maybe refreshed in some people's minds. The thing that is really interesting is that a lot of the things he talks about in here are real events, and it took him 2 years to do the research to get this right. So all the stuff you're going to read in here, he has research, and it is spot on, and it is described spot on, down to the little details, little minute details. The book does contain some violence and some horrific images. I'm not going to lie. I don't usually put disclaimers out there or anything like that, but that's all I'm going to say. But don't let that deter you from picking up this book. This is the sleeper book of 2019. This is the book that everybody should have been talking about last year that nobody found. Okay. And also, the author of this book is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. I highly urge you, if you're on Twitter, to follow him on Twitter. He has the word, okay? Follow Leonard Pitts Jr. on Twitter. He's fantastic. If you've read the book and didn't get a chance to watch our live show, I did a live chat with Tatiana from Musical Tati and Michael from Michael Reads. We discussed the book together, and we had the pleasure of discussing it with Leonard Pitts Jr. He joined us for the second hour of our discussion, and it was fantastic. So once you've read the book, hop back over here and you can also watch the live chat, which was priceless because so many people really enjoyed this book and had so many things to say and discuss about the book. So I highly urge you to pick it up, but I also highly urge you, to watch the live show once it's done. You're going to love this book. You're not going to forget it, and you're going to love the characters of George, Luther, and Thelma. You will not be able to forget them. What are they doing now? You're going to want to know that. I'm just going to read a little bit of the beginning of the book so you can see what I mean. He was dreaming of home when the explosion came. He came awake in midair, flailing about as the blast, solid as a fist, reverberated around him. He just had time to register what had shoved him off his rack before he landed like a cinder block 6 feet below, his hip taking the blow, his head cracking against the steel deck. For a very long moment, Marine Private George Simon could do nothing but lie there, hands cradling his skull. Was he awake? Or was he still curled up on his rack, sound asleep, and all of this just a very bad dream? So that's the first part of the book. As you can see, it starts off swinging, okay? And it doesn't stop swinging until you get to page 500. And that's where you just like, when it's all over. So all I can say is check out The Last Thing You Surrender. This is a 5-star book, people. Get on it. Bye.